Okay, so that would be a great idea. Hi everyone, hello, welcome to the opening performance of Neural Arts Productions' first exhibition. This is going to be essentially our opening event where we will be exploring themes of the visual representation of anxiety and depression and mental health, as well as the integration between how our physiology gives rise to our subjective reality, how we experience the world based on our unique intricacies of the brain, and our whole mission is to bring science and arts into cafes, or art galleries, or cafes that are also art galleries, hence where we are right now. And so we're really grateful to have you here. In a little bit, we're also going to point out the artist that can tell you all about the wonderful art hanging all around this area. But for now, we will begin with the opening performance. So again, Neural Arts Productions, what we do is we present art and kind of sonify the science of depression and mental illness to better destigmatize mental health and really give rise to what is the neurological experience behind mental health, and really advocate for something we call precision medicine, which is custom tailoring treatment to unique neurobiology, unique life experience, and actually treating the individual as a person rather than just a one-size-fits-all paradigm. So a lot of the works that we have today address all of these topics, and we'll be starting with our first piece, Waiting Game, by Nicole Knorr right over here, if you would like to come up.
Hello. It has been such an honor to work with Sasha and Neural Arts Productions on this piece so far. We've taken a sample of texts from the community, right, via Instagram stories and a Google form. And what was the total of the responses we got?
Yeah, we're kind of working with a conglomeration of about 30 responses from the community that we've collaged together into this piece to kind of create the text. So we didn't write the text, everyone else did, and we kind of just collaged it together.
Exactly.
I sent Nicole voice memos, and I was like, it's this, and then bring in an improvisational element, also make it kind of music theatery, and she executed. And so that's going to be what we will do now. So
yeah, I'm super excited. This is the first installment of a piece that's going to be like 3 or 4 movements long, 10 minutes. So you're here for the very, very first iteration of it, and I'm excited to share it with you guys.
Yay. Close to 10 years, taken close to 10 leagues. So now we'll be transitioning to our second piece of our performance today, in which we will be addressing the unique science that is so important to take into account into any treatment practice as it relates to mental health. So a lot of what we just addressed in our previous composition was about the experience of the trial and error treatment system, again called waiting game, as it is so difficult to actually find treatment that is unique to the individual's science, neurobiology, and life experience. So you have to try over and over again. And so what we advocate for is the ability to actually take the unique neurobiology and science that gives rise to someone's unique mental health experience and take that account into treatment. So what we will be presenting here now is a set of kind of 3 biomarkers that are associated with depression. So the first of these will be something we call dendritic spines. So neurons create connections that we call synapses, and from these synapses, we have dendrites, and dendrites are strengthened with something called dendritic spines. And so depression is associated with a loss of these dendritic spines. What you will see here first is as each of these spines is then omitted from the screen, you will hear that being represented with sound. Then we'll transition into talking about neural networks and how depression can be associated with the change in neural networks. And then finally, we look at functional connectivity, which is the efficiency of brain neural connections at rest. And you will see this sonified in each of these improvisational acts. So we will now begin. So as we just displayed some of the very unique biomarkers that are present in depression that should be taken into account in treatment, we also want to acknowledge the importance of bringing in the combination of physiological and environmental factors in the way that we address mental health and treatment, and how your placement in the system, how the system sees you, can affect your subjective experience as well as your experience seeking treatment. And it is always important to acknowledge the interaction between physiology and environment, as a lot of our pieces also speak to today. So now I'll be handing it over to David, who will be premiering a piece really addressing the interaction between unique physiology and environment, and how the unique experience of somebody living in the system can affect your experience with ADHD specifically. So I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Sasha. Hello, everyone. My name is David Makumba. I am going to be debuting a piece from the upcoming album that I'm working on. It's called Paradigm Shift. And in this specific song, this piece is called Stiff. So I know Sasha said, speak from your heart, but there are a lot of things that I want to cover, so I'll just barrel right through. So this is supposed to be like a window into the brain of someone who might be diagnosed with ADHD. The struggle to latch on to structured, general expectations of a healthy individual moving through this society's responsibilities, relying on timelines, deadlines, etc. There's another certain sauce that pertains to the community around you, seeing your differences from the status quo. Some of these differences might pertain to race, gender, age, class, and grouping you as such, therefore other. Even though this is terribly inaccurate, we're all people, you know. The system set in place, for example, lack of full transparency when teaching history, Scantron testing in schools, having to add your race to test taking, what happens with that information and who uses it and for what reasons. School structures and a sense of insidious teachings that sneak up in the way people ignorantly treat you, whether they mean it or not. This then reinforces your struggle to associate with others, seeing that you, the individual, truly understand what's going on, but not being able to connect to others that don't directly associate. So one of the lyrics is, "Why won't I get it? Why won't they get it?" Is an indirect cry for help. There's also an aggressively repetitive component to this piece in the piano, and it highlights the monotonous, dizzying, and begrudging journey one takes through daily tasks while having their challenges of completing them, never quite being overcome or noticed as needing careful attention or medical assistance. So this is stiff. Shouldn't feel this bad. Can, no, I can. So I won't lie. Too late, time is flying. Race, place, trace, misplaced. Time to waste. Burn the clock with fiery fear. Frozen stiff, there are no cares. Burn the clock with fiery fear. I'm frozen stiff, there are no cares. Time is flying. Erase, replace, to trace, misplace, to trace, erase, time to waste. Burn the clock with fiery fear. I'm frozen stiff, there are no gears. Burn the clock with fiery fear. I'm frozen stiff, there are no gears. Wanna get it, 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 wanna get it.
we get ready to premiere our last AG experiment, which I will talk about in a little bit, we also would love to say a few thank yous about all of the wonderful people who have helped support Neuro Arts Productions, as well as put together this exhibit, put together this performance. And first, we would like to thank Candace and her partner Pierre in hosting this
Yes.
And I would love to invite Candace to say a few words about the gallery and its mission. So, come in.
Hi, everybody. So many people in this space. We did it. Like, good for you. Thank you for making yourselves stand here. Super, super grateful to be able to collaborate with such amazing, talented people. It's always super inspiring and exactly why we opened this space. So it's like a dream come reality. So I really appreciate you all being here. Just a little bit about the cafe. We've been open for about a year. Our coffee comes from the volcanoes of Guatemala. It's from a family-owned farm, and we partner with Ecofiltro, which is a company that helps provide clean water filtration systems in the homes of the people that live around the farm, as well as some of the families that work in the farm. So every time you buy coffee from us, part of our proceeds go toward putting those filtration systems or updating them in the homes surrounding the farms that we work with. Don't ask for me. I appreciate that, but honestly, I feel like that's our responsibility as coffee people. So if you know anything about ethically sourced coffee, you can know that ours is definitely ethically sourced. We work really closely with our coffee partners, our farmers, our roaster. Everything is roasted in Guatemala and it gets to us in 2 weeks. So everything is super fresh and it's kept in the climate that it's from. So it never really gets old, expired, or tasting funny because it's sitting in a storage room in America. So that's what's really cool about our coffee. Typically, volcanic coffee is like $50 a bag. Ours is only $20 because we're really trying to make it accessible to the community. But yeah, so that's the history on our coffee. And then our space, the reason why we're also a gallery is because I'm a poet and I'm fascinated by people who can do visual arts because I absolutely cannot. And I just think it's amazing how we can express ourselves in all the different art forms. So I love having events here and engaging people with fine art. Most importantly, our mission is to represent artists who come from local, like marginalized backgrounds. So all the art that you typically see here featured on a monthly basis, rotating, are people that are either local, up and coming, and like identify as some like marginalized group that has like a lack of resources. If you know anything about galleries, then you know that it can be really hard for some people, especially street artists, to like get into those spaces. So you'll see a lot of that kind of art featured here all throughout the year. We had a great run this past year featuring 12 different artists. Actually, shout out to Derek. He was one of our featured artists. Yes, he's an amazing photographer. And we've just had so many amazing people like Shifi McFly. We've had Dylan from the Black Mafia family. Like we've just had so many really cool, like inspiring street artists and people that come from like urban backgrounds and rural backgrounds and people on the spectrum. It's just been really great. So that's what we're all about, just in the deep end, because the people that live in some of the most difficult pressures of life are usually not represented in fine art spaces. So we're hoping to make fine arts accessible to the people that really should have it, because everyone should have fine art in their homes or in their backyard, in their communities somewhere. So just on that note, and I'll get out of your hair, the art is always for sale in here. Some of these pieces are not for sale today for this particular exposition. Or yeah, is that right? So exhibition. So yeah, usually all of the art in here is for sale. And if you don't want to buy art, like if you just have too much art at home, then you can always donate to our gallery. And we make sure that the people who have inquired about the art who can't afford it will put that money toward the art so that they can have a lower fee or maybe the whole thing covered. So we really appreciate your donations because that allows us to like get art to the people who don't have the money for it. And then that being said, we do have an open bar available. Of course, our regular menu is available as well, but the open bar, if you donate $25 to our gallery so that we can do that type of thing, then the open bar is all for you and you can drink the great cocktails that we serve. And I'm really good at making cocktails, so I strongly recommend it. We have champagne and sangria if you don't like cocktails. But yeah, that is my spiel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys listening and supporting this space. Every dollar that you spend in here, it actually impacts real people's lives. So I can't emphasize that enough. So thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. And just a few more thank yous, and we will get on to our last performance of the evening before you can take a look at this wonderful art. So, first of all, I want to thank all the incredible artists who have contributed to everything that you see around you. So first, Sing Yu here is actually our Director of Design for Neuro Arts Productions. Everyone say hi, Sing Yu. I'm actually just going to point all the artists right now so you can go and find them, track them down, ask them incredible questions about their art and their processes. So yes, Sing Yu has been so instrumental in the process of creating these projections, those projection you see there, and then this photography piece that we'll tell you all about in a bit. And we are so grateful to have you. Next, thank you so much, Mary. Mary is actually the art therapist working with the Aphasia Community Friendship Center, a partner of Neuro Arts Productions. Thank you. And she facilitated this piece that you see right over there as a representation of stigma and resilience in the face of dealing with aphasia, communication disorder, and the unique mental health experiences of those. Thank you to the Aphasia Center and anybody associated with it who is here today. Thank you so much. To dear Summer Fangeli, wherever you are in the audience, there's Summer right over here. Summer has her pieces over here as incredible visual representations of anxiety, as well as other pieces for sale in the back, so you absolutely must check it out and ask her questions. She was here helping me set up until like 9 o'clock yesterday. We are very grateful. And then Dallas, thank you so much for submitting your incredible pieces as well. You must have some own questions. And again, thank you to all of our partners such as Optimize. I'm very grateful for all of the support and the mentorship and all the things. To the Excel program for helping to bring some of this work to life and sustain it for many years forward. And I think we're about ready to start. Awesome. Okay, so now what you will see right here is Liam is going to play, and this EEG that he's about to put on right now is going to calibrate his brainwaves. You will not see it for now as it's calibrating, but as soon as he finishes playing, we will then interpret the graphic score of his brainwaves, which then you will see up on the screen here. Thanks, Liam's brain. So this is a representation again of how even the most objective measure, like a biological measure of your electrical signals in communication with your neurons, can be interpreted so subjectively. Again, looking at the relationship between subjective perception and an objective measure. So thanks for providing your brain, Liam. And also just some more thank yous. Again, our incredible musicians, Steven on trombone. Steven on the bass. Liam, our pianist, who is also our music coordinator of Neuro Arts Productions. Neuro Arts Productions house band, if you will. Thank you. And again, thank you also so much to our partners over at Cultureverse in the back, who have been supporting a lot of the design elements and supporting us with technology with actually launching a new website, which you can scan the QR code over on that little table. So yes, again, a huge thank you to our Optimized community, Excel, all of the incredible partners that have helped NeuroArts Productions have life. And now please enjoy all the incredible art. Our artists are around to answer questions. We hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you all so much.